When I utter the word BNI Deira, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The moment I hear BNI Deira, I say it is my identity.
Family, a big family who is there whenever needed.
Fearlessness and passion and resilience.
BNI's family. BNI is home. It's home calling.
If you look at our community in this part of the world, I think we're playing a game which is an A game when it comes to BNI.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of that.
I went for the first ever global convention into Thailand. And I saw there are so many couples who were running BNI franchising. And it struck to my mind, is this the way I would want to live my life? And me and Shelly together can be here. That was the birth of this idea. I was sitting with BJ and he asked me to launch a chapter. I was always scared of launching. And I said, okay, let's dive into it. And result was the launch of BNI Gladiators. Right? That was an amazing experience for me, which gave me a lot of confidence. And I'm sure which gave BJ the confidence that yes, Pankaj can do it. Pankaj can run a region.
Pankaj was one of our director consultants, so he rose to the ranks. He started as a member. He served on leadership roles. He served as a director consultant, supporting chapters, launching chapters. And he came up to me, he said, what next? And that was the opportunity. I needed somebody who was passionate, somebody who loved the whole concept of BNI, and who was doing it from the heart. So we said to Pankaj, there is an opportunity. We were looking to scale up.
It was scary and I was full of anxiety. Okay, are we taking the right decision?
When I took over the region, I definitely knew that I would need my team. Roshan was the only other trained ambassador in my region. So obviously, and I had worked with Roshan, I had given several trainings with Roshan. I know he's very passionate. And that was the reason, I quickly decided, I spoke with him, hey Roshan, let's do it.
Well, it was actually quite humbling for me, and it was also an honor because, again, it's all about givers gain and how we can help and support the community.
So we have a lot of women who had been very inspiring, very good students in their school life, college life, and life happens. They chose to be around their family. All these ladies can be part of BNI. The moms who cannot go out be part of BNI. The people who are living at a distance and cannot really travel every time to BNI meeting can be part of this. And with the support of a lot of members, we launched BNI United as the first ever online chapter in UAE.
With the successful launch of Gladiators chapter, we were in full throttle and we wanted to make sure that we grow the region. As you're aware, due to the challenging times, it was little difficult because of all the in-person meetings were completely stopped. So an idea came about why not we launch an online chapter.
I remember I launched United with 25 members. So we started with 2 and we have reached 4. Who will start the next launch? Moin was with me anyways. And Naveen Balusamy was another member who was very much energetic. And Moin and Naveen used to gel very well. They still gel very well. And I said, okay, why don't these two duos work in as launching the chapter? And that's when Moin and Naveen came together to launch BNI Givers.
Each and every day, me and Moin used to sit and analyze each and every application which used to come. And we made sure that the applicants who are being chosen for this particular chapter are the best.
That was an experience when a chapter goes the first year renewals. Somehow, that time United had developed that we are a small ticket people, we'll do only small business. And that myth given a lot of challenges for renewing. So nearly 20 out of 25 members were not planning to renew. I saw that some members were not comfortable with the time. Some members were not comfortable of the entire, online format.
With United, because everyone was really meeting online, they weren't able to connect as a family or, build those bonds that were actually required.
For me, the age is just a number. And that's where I saw Diksha. I saw a young girl, very energetic, very passionate, wanted to do something. So why not?
Pankaj was like, listen, I want you to become the DC. I was really just trusting Pankaj's instincts. He said, do it, it'll happen. I said, okay, let's do it. That is when United transitioned into being a hybrid chapter and I became the director consultant of BNI United then.
I also had those babies which I inherited, like BNI Synergy. They realized that the growth has no alternate. And Ibrahim, Khalil and Roshan, I would say they took the challenge to grow the chapter and they started a new wave of growth in BNI Deira region's existing chapters, and Synergy touched 50 member mark. And in this time, there is a member who joined us was Rajilalwani, a member who have inducted so many people in the region. And then I had Amit Khosla, who was part of my team with SMC also. We wanted to launch another chapter, and that was BNI Accelerate. So, when Synergy was growing with a great speed, we realized a lot of people coming to Synergy but cannot join Synergy because there is a chapter from India who came and they declared that the chapter has launched a chapter. We made a tagline, Synergy Launching Energy.
It was challenging in the way that chapter, after the quick formation, chapter lost a few key members. We continued working on some of the fundamentals of BNI, is to not worrying too much about the results, but keep making those efforts. Hasn't completely come out of that turbulent phase, but it's on stable grounds right now, and the only way for it to go is go up.
Ibrahim Muhammad was the president of BNI Synergy when Synergy touched titanium. And definitely he's a very energetic guy, he's a coach, he can deliver very well. All those things give me the confidence that Ibrahim can be a good DC. And I was launching Energy.
When I was leading Synergy as the president, I had the opportunity to really, as a team, grow. The chapter grew very well. And at that point, our executive director, Mr. Pankaj Gupta, actually approached me to take a growth director role for the entire Deira region and sort of replicate some of the strategies that has worked for Synergy across the region.
With that, we did a lot of work on our team. So we did the Gallup for entire LT team. We worked with the team. We did individual meetings with them to understand them, help them in their businesses. Really look at it that they become the good DCs, good ambassadors for their chapters. So, the BNI journey is such that every chapter has journey. So they'll go up, they'll go down. At times they go too down. And that time you need people who can really turn it around, who are passionate, who can put in the time and effort to turn chapter around. And BNI United, which was a year before, was in challenge of renewals, won the biggest turnaround award. And that was a big thing. Diksha was working with them, and they really turned around. My other baby, Continental, Javed Saab was the DC. He did all his best as the president of BNI Continental to take it up on a rapid growth. So something went there wrong, and we saw that rapid growth But at the same time, a lot of members leaving the chapter. Faisal, who is very compassionate and connects with people very well, said, Pankaj bhai, I can do this, but I'll take some time because I'm not going to make a magic shift. And he did. In a year's time, the Continental started thriving and started being in the top range, and they were working very good. As a matter of fact, very recently, Faisal was awarded as the Director Consultant of the Year award. And now BNI Givers. At that time, BNI Givers was a bit in challenge. The member bonding itself was a problem. There were some tribes within the chip. And for that, at times you have to go in the mode of addition by subtraction. So we had to let go some members that the need of the hour, they become the first ever evening hybrid chapter. They are thriving. There's a very good turnaround of this chapter. They do very big businesses. There are many success stories in this chapter. All these people bring in such an energy, such a bonding, and they're doing things miraculously now. So, now when the business side was working, the big thing was happening, the planning for the wedding of our son, Mudit. And right amid this, I went to Madrid, and there was some wow moments for me. Ayush Bansal, believe me, I love this guy. He goes in the market and launches crazy number of chapters, right? So he had come in launching something like 1100 members in a day. But I said, what's happening, man? And I sat down with Ayush. He gave me some idea. I learned. I came back with the idea. I want to launch a chapter in 2 weeks.
That was on our flight back, and we were like, okay, I think we should launch a chapter. And Pankaj like, of course we should be launching a chapter, but how do we do it? And then said, okay, you know what, why don't we create a team? Why don't we launch with them? Why don't we give them targets? Why don't we nurture them and, give them a big audacious goal? In the flight was when BNI Legends was actually formed.
Contacted some 80 members. Out of those 80 members, 32 members came for training, right? And we launched. So it was the first ever, I would say, fastest launch in BNI UAE. And it was a launch of a 38 member chapter. There are some people who come in front and they work with us, right? But then there are people who we can depend upon. Our social media savior,
Maddie.
Maddie. If any of my chapter struggles with social media, I'll approach him and he helped me. Unnati.
Always there. You can depend on her.
So anything I need, I'll call her and she'll do this.
Every organization, every region, every community is a direct reflection of the leader. BNI Deira's innovation actually comes from the executive director, Pankaj Gupta himself. He is very innovative. He is a person who keeps on learning, and he is not hesitant to experiment. He takes bold decisions, and the whole innovation and tradition core value of BNI is really exemplified.
My journey started with BNI Deira, and it's like my extended family.
The growth has been steady. We've got some great members, some great chapters going. So very, very humbling, to be honest, to see how Deira has grown over the few years in such a short time.
So BNI has not just fulfilled my dreams as a business person, but also has given me so much love and so much care. Everything about my life around is actually a byproduct of BNI.
Family. A big family who is there whenever needed. I have seen so many stories. I can't even think of one that I can mention. So many.
We've already seen some incredible growth in the last 4 years, and the coming years are going to be even more stronger.
And the community has just grown so much. It's amazing to see the kind of people that we have now had in the group or in the region for that matter. And it's going to be even more of a bigger community that's going to be flourishing.